Okay. Um. So um. So about my previous stream where I said I had in the description where I do Forsaken and Alchemy Memories. I'm not sure what happened. I did it, but like it cut that off. I don't know how that happened because I don't know how to edit videos on PC. I like know how to edit. I don't even know how to cut on PC. On mobile, I do know how to cut some parts of videos out. But I don't know why I did that. So I will make a part 2 where I do Outcome Memories and Forsaken, playing those two games. But after, like maybe some other time. Probably will be next week. Sorry guys, but yeah. We'll just call it playing Outcome Memories and Forsaken stream, and not a Halloween special stream because Lord heavens, that took me so long for that. So yeah, we're not doing another. So we'll just call it like a different type of stream. Yeah. But now we're going to be playing Backrooms levels 81 through 90. But the problem with this is that after I was ending level 81, the bustle of the office peters all into soft old blankets instead of lemon balm. Here, tread gently. Don't make a sound. Follow the stitch of flowers spun around and around here. Have a seat at the center on one of the carpets pulled closer and closer. Come, let's talk painting slumbering night with their frames. See the tire windows drooping above the stream. See the lamb splotched fields, lost in dreams. The colors blur, dancing like fireflies over canvas peaks. Do you wonder if it faded these stalls or dream of land soon? Sheep? Here the lazy river flows, curling its tail around the mountain's rim. Out there, the city grows silent as night settles in far above the ceiling. The last hoots of owl echoes dim lamps nod their weary heads behind their posts. Rain patters and soft sprays across the window, and your ear rings an old song. Shh, rest well, dear wanderer. Rest until the moon goes down. So before this level was in the Wikidot, before the Wikidot level of 81, it was just like a apartment complex with animals from real life. Yes, from real life. They're not entities. They're actual animals from real life. And all animals used to no clip into level 81, but I'm not sure what happened to that now because it's now just after I was ending, which is pretty sad to see. I did notice that with a few other levels, if I'm gonna be honest, while reading this, because a lot of these levels some of these levels have actually changed a lot from the, original, previous explanation videos, when he explained them, which was 3 years ago. Well, started 3 years ago. Or might have been 4. I don't know. I don't want to keep track anymore. But, yeah. Which is kind of sad to see, to be honest, but that is what it is right now. But so yeah, but my opinion, this is just After Hours seems like a chill place. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is vicious or not. I'm not sure. I was thinking that until I saw Until the Moon Goes Down. That probably means just sleep well. And the person wants you to sleep well, right? That's probably it. But yeah, that's After Hours now, because After Hours is just a cool little place with, like, inside a house and stuff, with, that just has a lot of stuff for you to use and also go to sleep with, and also eat and stuff like that, or drink, so yeah, pretty peaceful place now. Instead of, original level 81, because I actually checked. And it has changed a lot. Now, for why the original 81 didn't have that mouse from, the 50s, it was, in that guy's house, was not transported into, level 81, the original 81, instead of, level, instead of, going to, the How place. instead of going to level 81, like old 81 instead. But I guess it makes sense now because 81 has been replaced and it's gone. But yeah, let's go to 82 now. Let's see if this has. Alright, level 82, the self-automated trade. Ooh, this one. Okay, I remember seeing this one. In the Wrigley's video. Because I could see self-automated trade. Yeah, that's gonna be. I know what that's gonna be. It does have a high entity count, secure safe though. The reason why it's high entity count, you'll see. But let's just say the entities are under their level 11 effect. Self-automated trade, but these can turn aggressive if you do some things. So that, yeah. Level 82's environment represents that of a continuous, never-ending indoor market that follows a rather strict opening and close schedule. Its landscape is purely that of an indoors nature, thus heavily enclouded glass in the high ceilings, allowing the constant stream of white light from that unknown origin. Wait, is it different? Okay, no. I see those little market things down there. I'm pretty sure that it's the same. It's basically the same level. Maybe it changes a little, but the design of the level bears an extremely loose connection to late Victorian indoor markets. With, yeah, it is today. I'm pretty sure. It might have been changed for. Not sure. We'll find out. From what? Oops, that was not supposed to happen. Don't know how that happened. We're going on a constant stream of white light from the origin. The left design was Victorian indoor markets with various modifications from later decades, such as halogen bulbs for lights. Wait, did I read the first paragraphs? Level 82 environment represents that of a continuous never-ending indoor market that follows a rather strict opening and closing schedule. Oh, okay, yes, it's the exact same level I'm thinking about. So yeah, if you don't get out of the level in time and it's closing schedule, the entities are going to become aggressive. That's one of the ways you can aggravate them, and then they will hunt you down until you're dead. So I'm not sure if you would even survive in here after closing hours. So it's just it's at closing hours. I would say it's a class 5 or 4, depending on the situation. But in like opening hours, yeah, you're fine pretty much, unless you aggravate them in another way. Yeah. This landscape is purely that of an indoors nature, though heavily clouded glass in the high ceilings allow in a constant stream of white light from an unknown origin. We don't even know where the sun is, apparently, I guess. So, yeah. The sign of level bears an extremely loose connection to late Victorian indoor markets with various modifications from later decades, such as halogen bulbs for lights, modern metal shutters on stores, cash registers, cash machines, and other small modifications and accessories that were only made after the industrial revolution. If I'm gonna be honest, since the Backrooms is ancient as hell, but how the hell does the first level, like a human made look like a human made place? Huh? Like, was it? Are newer level these levels are actually pretty new compared, and that's just the place where you first spawn in to level changes sometimes. Like that must be it for the indoor levels, but outside levels more likely are not to just be from the way older than indoor levels. And that's something that's really bothering me though when reading about the Backrooms. So yeah. Like, how is a man-made object and apparently very old as hell, different alternative reality? Like, some of these levels are pretty old, we can tell. So, it's kind of weird that, By the design of level bears a true close connection to late Victoria. Modern metal shutters on stores, cash registers, cash machines, and other small modifications and accessories that are only made after the industrial revolution. So that's cool. Each room is level 82 is a rather large, though heavily furnished room floor a floor of rather cold stone bricks that can follow various inclines in the ground's ascends as if it follows a natural landscape. On occasion, the difference between the elevations of the one room in comparison to another have formed the need for both stairs and slopes for wheelchair access. Though both are already a part of level's makeup, within level 82 are countless, oftentimes tightly packed together market stalls. These stations are always built into the foundation of the floor, though will oftentimes have open, if not cramped, floor plans inside them. Larger stores may have walk-through areas with shelves, mannequins, or whatever kind of display device a specific store. Also, yes, I am learned something about mannequins in the back rooms after uh, watching Rui's newest video. That some of these mannequins might actually be sentient and might try to attack you if it's at level 82 opening hour. But since it's opening hours, and also since, it's under level 11 effect, they're probably not going to try to attack you. Well, I think it's only specific mannequins, if I'm being sure. I'm not sure. So, or whatever kind of display device a specific store would use, usually by a sign above each stall. These shelves are seldom used. However, as most of the goods on the stall space, that doesn't make sense. Stores are kept safely behind the counters in storage rooms and inaccessible to those on the buying end. Smaller stores oftentimes have no walk-around space at all and are designed for people to walk directly up to them from the outside of the stall. Commerce will allow behind the counter and leave after purchasing. The counters will be fixed directly after the perimeter of the shop, and sometimes contain glass in them to view products as well. This is essentially prevalent at places which usually offer savory food, technology, or any kind of confectionery. Despite the close color of market stalls, that populate around 80% of each room, the stone pathways between them are often large enough to accumulate a large amount of passing traffic. Usually around 5 people standing directly side by side are able to fit down the larger sides of the roads. However, smaller pathways are common as well, and those are known to only accommodate approximately 3 people standing side by side. Level 82 pre-EOD picture at peak time operation. This photo, there are approximately 20 human majority groups, faceless, and other anomalous entities both behind the stalls and in pathways. So, yeah. The market stalls within level 2, 8, or 2 are rather bizarrely exclusive manned by various different entities that populate a vast variety of other Backrooms levels. Usually these entities of the form of the endlessly and hostile store, creatures like Smiles, Hounds, Burst, Reveals. What are those? And even entities that are usually extremely hostile, such as the Dentist and Animations. So, the dentist, they usually try to take out your gums and teeth and inside your mouth, like force. So, yeah. If I go into gruesome detail instead, I'm probably gonna get demonetized. Yeah, we're not recovering. We're never covering the dentist. Alright, well, we're never covering these guys. However, all entities within the light 2 are unusually passive. Also, effect may seem similar to the entity knowing effects made by some famous on 11. The effect in question appears to be completely lulling and mutual agreement across the entirety of 82. The entities in Mark's song will still act in mutual aggressive ways in terms of mannerism, often it's coming across as very reluctant to serve individuals who wish to trade items. However, despite their curiously cold exteriors, entities on level 82 are still accepting of trade in large majority of circumstances. 2 of level 300's waterfall residents trading for flower sweets originally from level 240 given their proposed rarity and high trading price. The vendors, as wearing on signs of in front of various stalls and various stores people entering level 82 come from, have an extremely loose method of trading items with wanderers. Also, if you shoplift from any one of these entities, yeah, they're gonna get really pissed off and they will try to find you and you will be killed. So, yeah, just don't shoplift or stay after hours and you should be fine. No, and just don't piss them off in general. Like, why would you piss off an entity anyways? Oh, yeah, this one's gonna tell you why you should not do it. The vendors as window on signs in front of various stalls and various stores people entering 82 come from have an extremely loose method of trading items with lawnmowers. Also, sorry my nose is running. It's, I guess it just started doing that after the stream. It's not good for my nose. Usually exceptions on a case-by-case basis. And most volume of the entities beyond the counter can explain to the vendor the item they desire. Place the item they wish to give up on the counter. And if an entity deems a traded item of equal or higher value, will take the item from the wanderer and give it to the wanted item to them. Okay, no. Give that wanted item to them. Under no circumstances should anyone attempt to swindle, con, or lowball the traders behind the stalls or the shoplift. Whilst acting in a predominantly docile and harmless state, the fact that entities act such as perverse under their own free will has led to the discovery that these individuals can switch off these behavioral differences if the individual they are trading with are attempting to scam or push a trade the entity has deemed insufficient. Level 82's entities will kill any individual at a moment's notice and will promptly return back to their station moments later, usually leaving behind of those who they executed in front of their stall. I mean, why would you even try to do this to an entity? Humans or indie entities that live alongside human majority groups are treated as below the main vendors. The trades of the entities are the final offer, and the entities are not to be interacted with at close range for long periods of time. These households are, at the end of the day, still the same households entities seen elsewhere in other levels. Exercise caution when necessary. On a net, okay, but no. On a daily basis, level 82 experience a closing time during this stage. The first occurrence is the closing of the stores by the vendors of the various venues via standard metal shutters. These entities, as part of the theoretical schedule, will always close the shutters down from the inside of their shop, locating themselves inside of their shop. Now, after a majority of the stores have been decommissioned, for the non-operating hours, the halogen lights and levels will begin. Switch off usually just happens in the various yet closely linked together intervals, spanning from one side of the room to the other in any amount of time between 1 and 30 seconds. The most service lights remaining at this point will be the large skylights present in a large majority of levels rooms. Now, even though these levels will begin to dim, most thorough tests have been attempted to be made to better understand the subsequent events that come during the next periods of general shutdown. The entities of the side level 8Q will on a strict routine begin to try and remove any still present patrons around the level. Usually, especially for the less vocal and extremely animalistic entities, they do this via emanating hostility and appearing threatening in order to push inroads back forwards. Nearest exit. Level 82 as it begins its annual closing time, as evident by deactivation of lights, occurring an equivalent time to the standard MEOD 9 PM. What is the MEOD, bro? What is that? The power says begins every day at the time roughly approximately to 9 PM following the MEG standard time, and usually lasts up to until 9:30 PM, which is when the mandatory eviction is enacted by the native entities. After this level will stay shut up until approximately 7 AM. Still following the MST format during these closing hours, all mutual entrances and exits will be locked, whether by the entities themselves or by other means, and access through becomes possible until reopening the next day. Should ever try to fight back or be aggressive is being forced to leave. In the exact same case of the bartering, they will swiftly and oftentimes painfully perish. And they'll swiftly and oftentimes painfully perish at the hands of the level's hosts due to the fact that they previously bartering entities have locked themselves with their own stalls. By this point in the closing process, remedies are deployed in order to push back those who are still present. And bases, entities are living. We just basically got entities and no other real direct bases. So yeah, and entrance and exits. Level 82 is somewhat unique in the sense that a majority of its entrances function also its exits. Usually you have exceptions that are listed below. Level 82 is accessible via select buildings that would otherwise be in strange or obscure environments. The list of those buildings and the parent levels that can be found inside are listed below. An exit to level 82 from level 125 found within one of the buildings inside the still water. Security for this criteria is either rather high due to the general uptight security of the still water. Convenience stores. Level 33, 928, 147, 420, 888 malls. The Crypt Reality. What the fuck is that? What is the Crypt Reality? What is the fuck? Negative always attempted to make all in-person gather public in order to save as much lives, many lives as possible. Hiding information is almost never beneficial to us or the wanderers that we protect. However, this page is an exception. The first restore on this page would bring chaos to our way if shown to the public. To view this please include your administration could. Yeah. Yep. I'm not even gonna bother with that. Yeah, maybe some other time, guys, but yeah, we're not doing that. Level 33, 65, 125, 147, 270, 420, 440. Abandoned caravans? Level... Oh, that's negative 33, actually. My bad. Oh, no, that's not negative. Never mind. Sorry. I'm stupid. 7, 60, 102, 108, 200, 233, 420, and 482. Large trucks and lorries, 370, 39, 69, 125, 129, no, 125, 129. 300, gas stations, level 9, 10, 39, 62, 83, 125, level ES 41, what the hell that is. Individual market stalls, level 0, 9, 14, 37, 39, 138, 168, 6, 440, 616, doors and walls, 0, 4, 9, 44, 146, 178, ES 16, whatever the hell that is either, trapdoor, and finally trapdoors and floor ceiling, level 2, 44, 78, 34, level 300, and finally level 37. Woo! That's a mouthful, God. Oh, that's a lot of words. One-way entrances at times have usually empties as isles of level 55 and level 36 may be flooded with entities that are generally considered hostile. Should they attack instantaneous passage to level 82 is almost guaranteed. Uselessly happening within level 50, wanderers can seamlessly no-clip into level 82 during phase 2 and rarely phase 3 of the Forge effects. That's weird. Originally, when this level was first being discovered in 2018, it was believed that those who were discovered level 82 were instead just being given fake memories of a bizarre location, which is an unusual effect of level 150's mental deterioration. Although level 167's main centerpiece and most visited location in general is the basketball stadium, exit to level 82 can be done with the main city of the above level via entering any kind of Victorian market building. 167. Alright, one-way exits. Yay! And also, you know what I said maybe another day for the Crypt Reality? Yeah, I'm probably never reading that. Because I saw the classification. And also the message I'm getting. And I don't know. That seems a little suspicious. So, but there is some trips I might actually explain that. But be warned, it could do something to you. Because it said you, and then they just switch it out with our to try to make, which is something a lot of these levels do for some reason. So, Exit at level 59, the Forgotten Law. It is possible. Finding a large set of front doors close to one of the walls in the mini rooms of 182. These revolving doors are tethered to the main entrance of the aforementioned mall, and using them will bring one to the mall's exit. Visually identical as the doors on levels that act as both entrances and exits was above level 241. It's accessible solely as an exit, whereby individuals will arrive through the adoption center. The adoption center? What the fuck do you mean the adoption center? Okay. As with usual entrances to level 532, finding the stone doorways marked with circles will head to the aforementioned level. Usually these stone doorways are placed alongside that of usual doors for the mutual entrances and exits. Though differentiating the two is an extremely easy task due to the different eras of the design the two door types are based on. Usually the one of those rarer revolving doors that lead to level 159. And yeah, we're level 83 now. The sunken submarine. Ooh, we get okay. This level is outdated. That's sad. You keep getting articles that are outdated, but oh well. But it is a shovel class difficulty 0. Secure and passive entities. But there is a ginormous entity outside of the submarine, but it's also passive. It may shake the submarine a little, but aside from that, you're basically fine. Oh god, my throat. Level 83 is the 84th level of the Backrooms. Description: Level 83 consists of a sunken nuclear submarine named the USS Ace of Spades 99 and 744 in the middle of what seems to be the Endless Ocean. The Ace of the Spades lies on the ocean floor inside a rocky underwater valley, which fathom evaluation of revealed at a depth of approximately 600 meters, 1,970 feet. Primary controls are not functional, but appliances inside the vessel, such as light fixtures and kitchen appliances, are in solid working conditions. Picture of the U.S. Space Aids of Spades taken from the outside of a ship. Oh yeah, also, by the way, this submarine probably like sunk down to level 7, because if you did, so I don't think the only exit to this level is actually just going out of the submarine, and it's swimming all the way to the top, and that will bring you to level 7. Remember that from Ruby's video on this level. Yes, I know everything about Ruby, apparently. About like everything, a lot of the levels he's explained, but not every level he's explained. Yeah, a lot of levels he's explained, but I have watched 300 of his videos at the very least. Might have been more, not sure, but 400 is the same still. So when entering level 83, the wanderers will When entering level 83, the wanderers will always find themselves inside the berth or the canteen of the Ace of Spades. The berth is a room that holds several empty mattresses that are free to use, and the canteen is a small room that it's only a leather couch, a few small metal tables, and a small amount of chairs, all of which are used by the inhabitants of the level for dining. Large tree may hold up to the 140 wanderers at a time. It is encouraged that those who do not plan to stay permanently staying inside an Ace of Spades, except for the escape hatch, which will bring you to level 7. Since the crew which operates in the Ace of Spades needs a space which these wanderers may take up. But what about the pressure? Wait, no. What about drowning or not being able to swim or not being able to see where you're going? To that I say, get better, and that's a skill issue. honestly. Feel the berth or the sleeping area. Yeah, the wake up. The makeup of the Ace of Spades is identical to a Los Angeles class submarine, with one exception. The Ace of Spades has several windows on both sides of the vessel, which can be used for observation. There is no real equivalent to the Ace of Spades, and thus the Meg lives as if she is originated from the Backrooms themselves. Through these windows, several species of fish commonly found in the Pacific Ocean have been documented, such as Pacific salmon, ragfishes, and acta mackerel, but I'm not too sure why those are there. Not too sure the reason why that's there, to be honest, because they should not be here. Because this is the Backrooms, and real life animals. There's only one other real life animal in the Backrooms that I've seen, and that was in Allen's house, which is another level. Like, but yeah, I guess fishes go over here instead of other levels, which is I guess replacement. I don't know. Alright. Well, as I said, the space of 8 has not been explored, as those who try to exit submarine or trip towards level 7, as soon as they spend more than 10 minutes outside. However, several rock formations and occasional flashes of movement can be observed through the windows. Nothing else of note has been reported before because of the poor visibility of the water due to its depth. Interior of the Ace of Spades. Several crumpled notes can be found and taped on the appliances and controls of the vessel. Each one depicts a crudely drawn image of a young girl in a dark blue suit who wears a purple pirate hat and an eye patch. The girl can be seen enacting various poses as in the drawings, with a large saber in her hat, in her hand, all reminiscent of what could be considered pirate-like poses. Drawings also have several seriously little pirate phrases running all around them, such as "Arr! Evassier! Mates!" I cannot speak pirate. Each drawing is signed under the name Kira, along with these notes. A wide variety of these differently covered post-it notes can be found on the level as well, but it was just weird because notes have not existed for that long. Pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Each round containing instructions on how to operate the machinery of the Ace of Spades. These notes are also signed under the name Kira. Curiosity, one note in particular lists out as it was found on the outside of the vessel instead of in the inside. The note was not damaged by water, which so is weird because that should not be possible, and also that should make wet it a lot. Actually, it might should be able to rip it through it at that depth. Alright, I'm not sure what that is. Playing Pirate's boring now. I'm gonna go make a gym. Might come back, but for now, just to take this on. I'm not gonna use it anymore. Have fun with it, I guess, you big-eyed weirdo. Kira. P.S. Don't handle it too roughly, you might blow yourself up. Not that I'll care. But still. The Grey Observer. The Eye of the Grey Observer. So you might already know, just from seeing the eye, what this is. So, giant squids and colossal squids. Yeah, this is like basically a colossal squid, but I think a little bigger than a normal colossal squid, which is weird, but oh well. So, the Grey Observer is the largest known entity in level 83, estimated to be twice the size of an average colossal squid. Yes, so it's bigger. It was swimming throughout the nearby waters around. Outside of the Ace of Spades, it can sometimes be seen swimming in the water section on the Ace of Spades. You can sometimes be seen swimming in the water section on the Ace of Spades. Moving around with such powerful movements that its body creates a strong currents, which cause the submarine to creak and shake violently. The Grey Observer has a tendency to rub its serrated tentacles and arms across the surface of the submarine, which can cause the vessel to rock unexpectedly. When the Grey Observer does this, it's recommended to stay composed and grab onto a steady surface. There's been no evidence that the Grey Observer comes to its me, and therefore can be soon not endangered as a herbivore. It appears to take pleasure in tapping the home of the vessel. So, spore rats actually doing so frequently as if playing with a drum. It is also known to outshift the submarine at times, though never recently enough to greatly disturb the nuclear reactor or the humans assigned. So yeah, so far this level is pretty safe. And yes, and this thing is not really hostile to humans. It just seems like that, maybe sometimes. But what the fuck? Why does it keep going to Roblox? That is so weird. I thought you probably won't start to see that because it does not show other windows when I try to go through it, unless it's a live stream. But, you know. The Grand Zero appears to enjoy watching the inhabitants of level 83 by pressing its gargantuan 20-inch long eye against the windows of the submarine. While it's otherwise passive and harmless, the prey observer groups at frightening speeds. Its large eye appears peering suddenly in the front of the glass can startle several wanderers. Despite any feelings on many maze through the wanderers, it's best to stay calm and continue as normal whenever this happens. It occurs, and to say that the observer simply observes. It's not trying to eat. So, yeah. So basically, there's just the crew of USS Spade of Space. They will give you food and stuff, which is pretty nice. I think this level is pretty chill. I would stay here. Unless they said that the reactor, this submarine is like about to explode. But you know. So level 8 can be entered from level 7. Yeah, this is where the connection of level 7 and 83 came from. Water's dying down to the point where the light scares and water pressure becomes almost unbearable. They will pass out and wake up in level 83 in one of the wet beds. Many wanderers actually enter level 83 through level 7 while looking for an entrance to level 8. That's sad, a little. But hey, at least you get another chance to go back to level 7 to find level 8, right? But me personally, I would just stay in the level forever because this place is pretty chill. Besides for like the shaking stuff, but yeah, no, it's still pretty chill regardless. And then it's quite I scare a lot of people, but it's not even trying to be scary. It's more like just trying to play with the submarine. Probably, it's just curious about the people inside. And exit to level 83 one must undo the exit hatch at the top of the vessel to swim out into the ocean. Also, wouldn't that just instantly kill everyone else inside? Like, people could drown in there. What? This already remembers back into the water level 7. It's not advised to do so without equipment or preparation, as water must then be prepared to either find an exit to level 8 or swim up to the surface. But your journey might end here when you're just trying to live a peaceful life now, if you wanted. But some of you guys will think that's not fine with you. So this will be this is gonna be interesting. So we got okay, we're not doing the house. Wait. Rumors on the night spreads across the camps like wildfire, which worried the new ones. As there had not been one prior rumors of soldiers battling in the so-called safety parks. So into the maze. Most people mark for an escape is what they seek and escape from this maze, but they were not to find it, not without these pathways. So all leaves and effects listed below: purple forest, the park's usually dark green leaves, grass and trees have all turned unnatural shades of purple and ooze and toxic liquid. Creates the supplies that would readily appear here are set full inherently useless items like bottle caps, paper clips, and tissue paper. Up and away. The park lacks. There's a lot of these effects, and also there's unknown statue. So yeah, that's basically it for the effects. But you'll explain the base level now. So it's trouble class difficulty 3. That's unsafe, secure in hybrid areas, and it has medium entity. And it has a medium entity count. So level 84 is the 85th level of the Backrooms. It is a maze it's a maze made out of leaves with some cave stones scattered in level. Description. Level 84 is defensive hedgeways with high walls made of dark green leaves. Also, if you're wondering, can't you just drive around the top of there? No, you can't, because there's a level that makes you, there's an effect that makes you so you can't actually get there, because you'll feel fear that, you'll just fall back down. Which is pretty weird, but maybe it's for the best, because you don't even know what's up there, right? We don't know what's up there, so maybe it's for the best you can't go up there. So it's halfway up, one of these walls, by the way, if you're wondering. So yeah, you can't just see what's under there, even if you're at fear. So, and I'm not sure if you can actually, bypass how scary you are, but I would not recommend doing that. Level 84 is expensive head maze with high walls made of dark green leaves. Many routes that lead essentially nowhere, and light fog persisting at all times. So level 84 is the 85th level of Backrooms, and has made out of leaves with some side stones scattered in level. But routes that lead nowhere, and light fog persisting at all times. Occasionally, roads can lead to the small rooms imitating various areas of suburban homes, such as living rooms, kitchens, and bedrooms. Rarely, the furniture in one of these areas will be arranged seemingly in random positions within the space and in disrepair. Currently, at the time of writing, the cause of this damage is unknown. However, level 84 is just maze. Every so often, wanderers and large space areas dotted throughout. Trees, foliage, and concrete walkways. Each have been labeled by level 84 and inhabitants and wanderers as safety parks. So, safety parks are these are the main zones to meet other wanderers. These areas are generally habitable because entities seldomly enter them and supply crates. What is seldomly? What is seldom actually? Can someone please tell me? Enter them and supply crates filled with useful items such as almond water, weapons, and various materials which appear regularly. While the maze shifts and changes its routes and rooms randomly, the safe zones will usually be the same. I do gotta eat lunch at some point, so let's just speed through this. Not speed run through this, but speed a little more faster. When you come across one of these safe zones, there is a rare chance it could be a variety park, which is a special subtype of safety parks. Variety parks, in the most basic definition, is a safety park that has its own unique effect. Entities before living the maze, however, there's a rare chance that the sky will darken for around 1 to 3 hours, allowing entities to enter safe zones and attack wanderers residing in them. Bullshit, move Backrooms gods. Oh my god. That's just being a bitch, honestly. All entities that have been environment within the level are smiles, hounds, and rarely skin stealers and facelings. But, additional information, upon further extraction, the furniture found within the maze appears antique and is unknown where it came from. It's been found that skin stones can bypass the rules of level 85 in walking to safe zones if they are discovered. However, they will run back into the maze. No other entity will fit in the level of space's behavior. Climbing on top of the hedge maze also has those who manage to climb 3/4 of the way up report extreme fear, preventing them from continuing. I would break through. Also, there is a meg base, so yeah, some of the usual stuff. Entrances to the next hits. Level 93 can actually stop at level 84. And equivalent to some foliage on level 97 continue to level 84. Walking into a human-sized hole in one of the bushes on level 86 can lead to level 84. One of the doors at level 82 can lead to level 84. So, yeah, okay. Exits. Attempting to no-clip through the hedge maze, walls can enter. Nope. Clip you into levels 10 or 18. Being caught inside the walls while they shift continue to level 90, which skip 96 levels. That's cool. A worn down bluish metal door found within the maze will take you to level 85. A gate leading to a sandy desert outside of the maze will lead you to 46. Touching a party hat in one of the room-like areas of the mall will send you somewhere fun. Oh. It's not level 5, actually. It's leading you to level 26, which is a regular infested place. Which actually, it used to not be cargo infested, if I'm not mistaken. So that was changed for reasons. So yeah, just don't touch a party hat. Touching a door, no playing with the majority of objects and walls in VP3. See third tab will send to 1 or 0, 1 or 2. But why would you go like that many levels? You won't never mind. And yeah, that's basically it for level 84. Level 85 now. We have 5 levels to go. Brilliant Evermore. Somebody who was born in the Backrooms. I never understand why so many people desperately want to return to the Earth. If it expands up to hundreds of levels to prove endless supplies and places for everyone to live, it's not far more appealing like level 83. Yeah, that's true. But this is not probably a level you're gonna be escaping. It says exit dead end, so live expensive hundreds of levels can provide endless supplies and places for everyone to live. Isn't that more far more appealing? After being trapped into this bloody level for 13 years, getting separated from everyone I love, figuring out what I want to do, even if I supposedly have everything I need to survive, it's just agonizing. I now understand the burning desire to go home. Extract from Amelia Webster's journal. Some environmental interests, class 3 difficulty, entities, some hostile presence. So surprisingly, the balance between how dangerous entities and environments are actually halfway for both. Like what I mean by both, like basically just gonna deal with entities and environments 2 out of 5 of the times, I guess. I'm not sure what it means. Or no, it's just like the dangerous they're on. Which okay. So yeah, and that's it. You can't actually escape from this level apparently. Which, okay, let's scroll down. Oh, unintentionally no clipping. All right, never mind. All right. I got you. Backrooms. User Miriam and Amelia Webster are the only people known to have successfully exited its level, and all information in this article is obtained from these individuals. So, Brilliant Evermore is a vast, barren, and polluted landscape marked with extreme weather, burning sunlight, and harmful smog. The structures that are few and far between can be used as a shield against the elements and contain large quantities of loud objects, but it's not advised to enter this level as it is nearly impossible to find an exit, besides to be like unintentionally no clip, but yeah. For a toy car racing track found in one of the buildings as photographed by Amelia, the air is polluted and has smoky odor. Smog can sometimes manifest. This can range from a brownish or grayish haze on the horizon to a full-on fog that only allows you to see for a few meters. That's right. After spending several years on this level, many wanderers develop a persistent cough that can progress to difficulty breathing, coughing of floods, and ultimately, oof. There's an already 24-night cycle. Temperatures fluctuate throughout the day, ranging from 15 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. But it's actually pretty rare for a tropical normal as an actual normal 24-hour day-night cycle. Because that's actually pretty rare within the Backrooms. There are a lot of that's pretty rare, right? Like usually these levels do not have that, but oh well. Temperatures fluctuate. Uh, there are heat waves when temperatures can rise higher than 60 degrees Celsius have been recorded. The ultraviolet index can reach 20, so it is advised to avoid contact with sunlight to avoid severe sunburns. So yeah, basically a lot of radiation. There are 3 main biomes present. Owners have referred to these biomes as grasslands, the hills, and the highways. So, oh god, wait, how much is it? Gee. Okay, that doesn't change. The grasses consist of largely flat terrain with some small hills. There's a picture of them. The grass is so short and no other plants are present. The grass looks like real grass. However, on the close inspection, it appears whether it's made of plastic. Sprinkler heads occasionally stick up from the plastic grass blades, but most of these are non-functional. Some, however, spray contaminated water, staining the grass around them in the black color. So I'm not recommend touching that. Why would you touch black liquid? I don't understand. Oh God. These are mountainous regions of the level, composed of exposed rock and no plant life. No built structures are present in this biome. But what appears to be abandoned mines can be found. Reports evidence of tunnels leading to a mine shaft. Tunnels leading to mine shafts kilometers below the surface. The highways are flat expanses of asphalt and concrete marked with sand or lane lines and arrows. There are some gutters that drain rainwater, but they are not numerous enough to prevent flooding. The risk of flooding, the threats, but they are not numerous enough to prevent flooding. The threats of flooding, highways, and smog and extreme heat are the greatest in this biome. However, the flat terrain makes it ideal for vehicle travel, hence the name highways. There are lakes, rivers, and oceans. However, that water is acidic and contains heavy metals. It should not be consumed. When the ocean meets the land, there are sandy beaches with washed up plastic waste. Trash can be someone found in the grasslands and highways and come in various types, for example, mansions, supermarkets, and warehouses. They are built from durable material and with windows made from bulletproof glass. That's interesting. They are elevated above the ground, so they are protected from the flooding. The buildings have high air conditioning, heating, and air fluoridation systems that maintain a comfortable interior temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. Minimal smog, although there's some systems are broken in certain buildings. Solar panels on the roofs and sides of these structures provide power. Batteries maintain the supply at night. So the solar panels also power electric vehicle charging stations. Which charge electric UVs and pickup trucks stationed in the garages around the buildings. As key for these vehicles are usually found in structures. They are commonly used as means of transport by wanderers. Oh, okay. Alright. We'll continue reading that. The grass size consists of largely flat, some small hands. The grass is so short and no other plants are present. Grass looks like real grass? Wait. Oh, alright, I read all that. I don't know why those are buttons there, then. That's kind of weird. Oh, wow. Okay, here's a photo of the ocean. The depicted home theater found in one of the houses. Tiers of the buildings are lavish and are in excellent condition. They're fully furnished with stocked shelves and cupboards, but much of displayed food is thick plastic. The primary food sources are roll rations and star candy. What the fuck is star? What is this? Starlight candy from Door? Okay, I'm joking. I'm pretty sure it's Starlight candy. Design. I'm not even sure that's supposed to be reference to the star candy or whatever the hell this is. But I know what roll rations are. Those are really good food sources. And next last to nuts, which is nice. Both of which are plentiful. These foods are able to meet people's nutritional requirements, but their addictive nature has resulted in violent confrontations between different wanderers over access. Use of Abraham and Emily Webster were observed to be overweight when they were found. Wonder why. dedicated home theater found in one of the houses. Liquids can be more challenging to tame. Any taps located in the buildings do not dispense water, and they do. The water is contaminated. There are a few bottles of lucky old milk, and fresh water per building. Forcing travels between buildings every few days to prevent dehydration. Taps once provided clean water earlier in the level's history. Rare items can be found in abundance on this level. These include high-value front rooms items like gold, platinum, and jewels, as well as rare Backrooms items such as roll rations, babble gum, lighting in a bottle. Why is there lightning in a fucking bottle? Bro, what the fuck? And liquids. Okay, liquid silence can make you basically quiet completely if you spray on you completely, which is actually pretty useful. If I'm being honest. Especially items created by the Backrooms robots like red light, white lights. They appear despite Backrooms robotics having no connection to the level. All appear to be real duplicate as noted by immediately was where arachnids could redact. Buddy, can you please give me the information if you're gonna give me it? Don't just say that if you're just not gonna. Also, yes, I am eventually going to be explaining like items in the Backrooms, because I need to figure out what a lot of these are. Holy cow! I am not caught up with anything. Electronic devices such as computers, phones, televisions, game consoles, and radios are present and are usable. Devices cannot be used to send and receive signals at any level. There is a strong radio signal from an unknown source transmitting into the hydrogen line of the 1420 MHZ, the radio. Alright, let's see.
04806 50142
Alright, I'll just, AFK for a second. Well, it depends.
13203 13203
That was pretty weird. Alright, let's record on the radio. Alright. The radio station airs a variety of different media, including music, podcasts, advertising, street sounds. Broadcasts are in multiple languages, primarily in English, often featuring nonsensical content. Though there is a growing math podcast that is concurrent station that does station number 1. Radios found within the buildings are all set to be playing number 1. Continuously, the radios can be extremely loud in some cases. Loud noises of those with a dB have been recorded. What the fuck is dB? What is dB? God. So it's recommended to wear hearing protection while in buildings to deactivate or turn down the radios when they are found. The radios also only automatically turn off between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., so they should be turned off manually for good quality. The radios produce abnormal noises from time to time. Barking, whispering, explosions, and crying have all been horrible. Of course, explosions can be loud as fuck. The radios maybe make siren sounds, but those are also, of course, going to be fucking loud as fuck. Which outside with lights in the building flashing red for tens of minutes. Then nothing dangerous will occur when this happens. On New Year's Day of 2019, the sounds of people screaming started to be broadcast. Nothing unreal can be heard except the sound of screams, which would play 24/7. This lasted for a whole year once 2020 commenced. The screaming stopped in the radio playing music. Among other things, but the music sounded a lot more dark. Podcasts were swapped with people saying seemingly random sequences, never similar to this number station. Amelia noted down hours worth of numbers in one of her notebooks. The Meg have attempted to decode the meaning of these numbers, but so far they have not been so far they have been unsuccessful, or they might just not mean anything. It's just the background trying to toy with guys. That was usually advertised for new projects. It can be found within levels, including RoboPads, which it says are a replacement for animals, which are free. There are occasionally new podcasts about how all life on Earth is gone extinct, how the environment. No, we don't know it's bullshit because everyone I know. How else am I making this video right now, guys? That's bullshit. Unless we're talking about the other planet that they think is Earth or something, which is hundreds of levels farther in the back. Alright. So. Or was that a negative? I think it was a negative level, actually. May not have been. Not sure. Don't care. So, how are these levels maybe intended to represent birds on Earth? So, I'm not sure about which. I'm not. Also, the fact that the Backrooms itself knows what the hell the Earth is weird. Which could tie into fear that Earth might actually be an actual Backrooms level. Which would make this makes a little more sense, unless it's just something it's not, and it's just that it's a weird coincidence that they know about Earth existence. But you know, like, I mean, probably talking about a different Earth still. Anyways, because this is bullshit. This how all life on Earth is gone extinct is bullshit. That how the virus collapsing, the humanity does not have much longer left is unclear. Or it could be talking about the future. Not sure. Why it says Earth, however, at this level, maybe intended version of Earth. Whatever mechanisms of treating the background seems to have virus from Earth and inputs and exaggerate them. This may just be an exaggerated version of Earth, for the environment destruction has been taken to the extreme. So, yeah. Following age streaming infants, occasionally nutrients spoken about how different parts of environment in a monotone voice can be heard from the radio. All this stuff common utterances is given below. Don't give up. You could have predicted this. This is all your fault. We love you. You nastiest best. There's nothing left. You have everything you could have had. You had everything you could have ever wanted. What the fuck do you mean? All you can do now is try your best. There is no answer. You have a beautiful soul. This cannot last forever. Radiance, everlasting, billion evermore. What the fuck does that mean? So my lights are not the only backgrounds for robotics items that made an appearance on this level. RoboBeds from the appearance of 10% of the matches of this level. They are not friendly and won't target any humans. That they are extremely dangerous with sharp steel teeth and claws. Just shoot at them. Wait. Metal cannot penetrate metal. So, never mind. Of the near undestructible bodies. Okay, so never mind. Extra now. Fast pace and high intelligence. It's expected that the runners are frequent victims of them. As with every dimension, they may not realize their organs are inside. Several have been found at buildings with robo pets. Or you can just spray water on them. That should do the trick. Robots cannot open and close doors or break walls. They do not have do have a major quickness, which is that they need to be regularly recharged. Similar to defeat them is despite explaining the solar panels from the building. Robots are in wait and waiting a few days for the batteries to recharge. Sure shock weapons are also quite effective at damaging electronics or use water. Robots cannot be found outside or any structures that are not managed, so they are not present in those locations. Robots are normally entities that are present in level, though it is debatable if they can be called an entity. No biological life forms are present. Discovery of level. So I'm not gonna do that. But it was discovered in 2022. So yeah, and also there's there's like an outpost here. So yeah, this is really getting a little too long anyway. So yeah, interested in the next interested. There have been multiple situations that resulted in people entering 85. And also for exits, you're wondering, you just had to accidentally no clip, not intentionally. So interested in exits. There have been multiple situations that resulted in people entering 85. No confirm on the 86. Which is bad. That's actually pretty bad. Finding an open area with a ship above in level 43. Find opening a corroded bluish metal on level 84. That's also bad. Opening a explore level dust south of Gold Town in level 99. That's also oh yeah, Gold Town in level 99. That's we will be explaining that eventually. That's level before level 100, and that'll be the end of this level trade series until I start doing levels 101 through 250. Yeah. We have found several level keys for this level, which could eventually open North access level 85. Milia gave away the keys to the Megs. Current location of the keys have not been disclosed. So, thank God there was Meg, because we might be cooks if they got those got out. Level is nearing 188. Let's go level 86. So now the River Gate Tower. The article is outdated. So it's a class 0 difficulty. Bro, let me close that. Okay, thank you. So it's safe to secure the Board of Entities. Wow. Level 86 is the 87th level of Backrooms. It appears as an office building, but has different style from level 4. So for level 86. Description. Level 86 is the office building consisting of 21 floors, like in level 4. In this, you can find chairs, tables, and rare case computers in addition to other office supplies. It is mostly devoid of aggressive entities, making it a safe place to rest or to create an outpost. Level like the rest of level 11 possesses what is known as the level 11 effect, which makes entities behave or change to make them act as normal people. The level can be separated into two areas, lobby and the upper floors. The lobby. First floor is known as the lobby on level 6. It is open and modern area with clean, shiny floors and many rooms. There are several points of interest in this place, among which are in the center of the lobby. You can find elevators instead of taking you to levels, as most do. They go up to upper floors, going to the elevators on the right will lead to floors 2 through 16, and going to the elevators on the left will lead to floors 17 through 31. On top floor, there's a secret little computer with some cool little thing that might solve everything on the Backrooms, even if the potential exit, the real exit from the Backrooms. I'll get to that in a bit. But there's also a restaurant called Manalios, which is one of my faces. This is most intense known except of level of effect, as it allows faces to perform a relatively complex task. It is unknown where they get their supplies. I guess the supplies are just either made by the Backroom itself or just found there, or there from reality. But Not sure how exactly. Not exactly sure how the object would be no clutch, but you know, it could happen. It's possible. In the left zone, administrative services can be found. Hence, you can find several computers, and although most do not work, some are fully functional and have internet access. Double floors. At first off is a small remnant of cubicles that are introduced randomly. Corridors that lead to nowhere, and rooms that cannot even be entered or that have too many doors are common in this area. Alright, I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna go eat some lunch. So. Instead of the lobby, you can find an elevators instead of taking you to lower levels, as most do. You go to the upper floors. Going to the elevators on the right will lead to the upper floors. So at first, top floors are small, reminiscent of criminals entering randomly quarters that lead to nowhere, and rooms that cannot be entered or that have too many doors are common in this area. Although the higher you go, the more spaces the rooms will become. It's been to include meeting rooms, recreation spaces, or main offices, and all of the formation floor spaces can be occasionally found. Although most of the time they will simply wander the corridors, sometimes can be seen sitting in the offices or in the meeting rooms, and even if they are known to be harmless, it is highly recommended to not interfere with them because, I don't know, it's a face thing. As in the lobby, on the floors above, there are also some places that can stand out of the others from the other subjects. So on the floor 5, there's an art gallery which paintings are exhibited by the portray both entities and levels. Some of these paintings are identical to those that can be found on level 57. Although they lack their anomalous properties, it is unknown if they're all replicas or there's any original work, as well as if they're made by the artists. Entity 41, which is from level 57. Who are artists' designs. The 14th floor is taken by a group known as the Britagon Romeon. They are known to be hostile to outsiders, so it's not recommended for this floor. No. So it is recommended to avoid this floor. So it's not entities, it's just outsiders. So, alright. And top floor is the boss's office. Spacious and well doctor room. The most important thing in the place is the computer that can be found in the central desk. In this device, a large number of varied files can be found. The most interesting are the files found in the folder labeled Info, which descriptions of various levels are detailed, some known and others of which the mech has no knowledge. There is like a locked file which supposedly has so much information about Backrooms that could have a lot of information about Backrooms or even how to escape it. It doesn't mention here, but I did remember hearing that from Ruby's explanation on this level. So my fear of what the password could possibly be is that, so you remember those guys on the radio were in the previous level I explained were saying lots of bullshit about numbers. That might be the code for that file, or is it like just someone? I don't know. It's a file, but you know, basis outputs communities. So Bertigain Romania. So yeah, entrance and exits. So normally known entrance to find finding a solar shaped building in 11. That's the same way the third commonly said doors can take you to level 4. So that's level 2. So the Hallways of Time, which will be a novice level, and that's what this is like. Does that say we're being rewritten, or it's just currently outdated? I'm not sure. Class 1 difficulty. It's safe, secure, has minimum to the count. Level 87 is the 8th level of Backrooms. So it's discovered in May of 2004 by an unknown wanderer. So. Hallways of Time is a place. So basically, as the name suggests, it's just hallways where, not fully, actually. But it does have something to do with time, alright? So, sometimes it's secure as minimum to the counts, and it's class 1 difficulty. So, description. Level 7 consists of hallways that are miles long, similar to level 21. Each of these hallways has locked doors, lining them, and every few miles it is possible to find a table. These doors have a key on them, and most often a bag of potato crisp or almond water, which I guess you could use that for food and water. But I would not eat. I would personally not eat potato crisp for the rest of my life. So yeah, I'm not saying here. Two types of keys can be open specific types of locks. Although they seem to be random, there is a finite number of locks and keys, and they are usually colored, number or letter coded. If say a door glitter on it is our part. So that was when you level 5, which is not a good level. This is the main home of the party goers entities, so don't open it. Just don't open the door. Just don't open it. Whatever you do. Trust me, you will not want to be turned into cake. And yes, that's what the party goers will do to you if they find you. So, the problem with this level is that time seems to be non-linear, although it is uncommon. Wanderers report seeing past or future versions of themselves for a short while before suddenly disappearing, which actually is what the name is from, how people got the name for this level. Get it past a version because time. Trash joke. Talking with your past or future self. Since too difficult, but can be risky. If you do it, it's possible to leave your past or future self some items and things to survive. The way paradoxes solve themselves is by creating an infinite time loop that past versions of you are stuck in. Runners may see themselves in from 5 minutes to a few years. In the past or future, it is advised to be careful in these situations. These time anomalies will not occur all the time. It is not known if these are actually installations or actually your future self. But I'm not sure how you would know what your future self looks like. I mean, yeah, you're of course gonna know what your past self looks like, but future self? That's just bullshit. Because they may attempt to harm or kill you if you end up creating a paradox. For example, killing your past self, the entity, what the fuck is that? What happens to you is unknown, so do not attempt to do this. So yeah, there's no basis. So it's not unknown entities that report its level, unless they know the past and future selves, version of yourselves are actually entities, but highly unlikely. Okay. Yeah, you can pause to read all that, but that's a lot. I'm trying to get this out, trying to finish this video up a little, so. Get started into his level by no clipping through a door at level 21. Wanderers report entering a random house in level 9 as an entrance, but it's not been confirmed. Rarely, some doors will lead to other levels. This is the only confirmed way to exit. So, some have claimed to no clip through a door to them in level 19. So, yeah, we only have 2 levels left. Muted Lake. Level 8 Muted Lake, which is even shorter level. So, safety of determined pending. So, it's unsecured and present of entities undetermined that are undetermined. Range of the Muted Lake. So, it's pretty much an anomalous place and just varying and stuff. So, Muted Lake is a level that several tourists have encountered whilst traversing other levels with dense dark forest. So, like, level 14. That research has shown that every instance of the Muted Lake is identical, but it's unknown whether 2 people are able to enter the level at once. Bless me. Oh, God. I'd be sick, actually. Research has shown that every instance of the Muted Lake, unknown whether 2 people are able to enter the level at once. Which all instances have been documented to appear late into the night. I'm not sure if the water is actually filled with, like, liquid silence or something, but I guess it would be a nice way to, make yourself almost impossible to, to hear, so. Even the lake is eerily still, a lifeless body of water that maintains a frigid temperature regardless of the warmth of the surrounding level. Further reports on the lake have been documented as strange metallic smell emanating from it, so I don't think it's liquid silence. So that's sad. When within it in and as of yet, unknown radius of the muted lake, as the name indicates, all forms of local communication before extremely difficult. This lake acts as a black hole of sorts for siphoning any sort of sound into its depths. No one who's lingering around the Nunavut for extended periods of time has known an acute loss of speech, with this partial or complete mutism lasting anywhere from several hours to several months. In rare cases, it was real image emphasia, like symptoms or recorded dreams in which their own voice were used against them. So it might be a sub version of liquid silence then, but not sure if it's like, but you know, it's not confirmed yet. So. Water is a source of substance water of lake. The vibrations under its surface have been tried to affect individual and rare cases. People have known as those words and myriad other noises to travel up their bodies. What? That sounded a little sus. Grade. What are you all doing, huh? We should hand me a to the vibrations as one approaches the center of the lake. These whistles are repeating become louder and louder. Submerging oneself entirely in the lake is strongly advised against, as their ears will be flooded with company of screeches, whispers, and miscellaneous noises, all seeming to be sourced from the surrounding area. So, as Magno source of media recovered recently, can be found below. Magno is accordance with the discovery of this tape. The way is deemed uninhabitable, avoided all cast. So. Alright, mango hands will try to grab you in the water. So yeah, don't go in the water. Just don't go in the water, guys. Oh, 89! 89! You fucker! Okay, well at least I don't have to say any this thing. Let's just this happened last video with level 80, bro. God, that was pretty good. Oh, okay. This used to be like a supposed that's in the Backrooms, but since the Backrooms remodeling company or whatever the hell it was, changed this level entirely, you can't really. This is not really doesn't exit anymore because it's down. But you know, it's not safe though, and it's devoid of entities at least. So yeah, we're getting into the 90s now. Yay! So level 90 is the 91st level of Backrooms. It's a newly renovated house we made just for you. So description: listen, level 90 used to be real bad, and maybe really bad. Don't worry, our team got straight to work and to make it great, wonderful, and habitable place for you. It's a huge house, 2 floors, and pretty big attic, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, tons of space for you to safely put all your things. Great improvement from the old torture labyrinth it used to be. So you don't know, it used to be like a level where you're just in this labyrinth with lots of these rats. So with a lot of, there used to be a huge death rat position here in the labyrinth. But again, you don't need to worry. Our amazing server guy got the job done. You won't even have to be able to tell it was there in the first place. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. At least that's okay. We're actually all pretty proud of the job we've done here. Well, we hope you can appreciate it too. Hey, we filled up the place pretty well, don't you think? So, you guys want you can tell it actually was changed. So it's pretty much kind of like what I was saying in the beginning of the video. Some levels haven't changed entirely. This level is basically the new version of level 90 is basically that, and you can tell it basically is completely different. So basis of Wizard Community. So is there really anyone here yet until now? We're having trouble selling this place because of the terrible reputation. But we promise it's not that bad anymore. We even installed an air conditioner. It's shambles currently, but we're working on it. You could maybe invite your friends, family here too. Might have friends and family in the back. Actually, I thought it was not be in the back right now. Really, as long as someone means, well, we don't care that much who stays here. It's just an exit. And just don't think about it too hard. It's just, we don't know. Think about home, stuff cheesy, stuff like that. And then hopefully you'll find your way here eventually. You know you'll come around soon enough. Exits. Well, we try, but we won't stop you from leaving if you don't want the place. There's an exit in the old oak tree in the back corner. You can always come back anytime you like, though. So, yeah, level 90 now. Will be in the next video. So, but a memory. Okay. Should be another safe level. So I guess the 90s will be pretty safe levels. So yeah. Bye!